All right, let me turn to this. On Monday, Vice President Pence attended the House Freedom Caucus's weekly meeting. As a founding member, you were at that meeting, and I wonder, Congressman, what can you share with us about what the Vice President had to say, and also specifically about the latest efforts for repealing and replacing Obamacare?
Well, I typically don't get into what happens in our behind closed doors meetings. It was great to have the Vice President there. Vice President Pence is a strong conservative, a guy I had the privilege of serving with here in the House, and he always does an outstanding job when he's presenting to any group. And he walked us through some of the things they want to see get done, some of the things we want to see get done. Frankly, what we told the voters we were going to do, what we promised them we were going to do, what they sent us here to do. And it was a great meeting. After the Vice President left, we did take an official position to support the repeal effort that we passed back in 2015 that actually, repealed Obamacare. We feel like that we should put at least put the same bill on President Trump's desk that we put on President Obama's desk. So that's an official position that our group took just last night, and we think it makes a lot of sense to move in that direction.
And what about the replacement plan? What can you share with us about that?
Well, there's some good bills moving that will be introduced, I think, later this week. Dr. Paul's got a great bill in the Senate that we like. We haven't taken an official position on it yet, but we like that. And Mark Sanford, a colleague of ours, has introduced a companion bill on our side. Both of those empower families, empower the market, and get away from this Washington-centered, Washington-focused model we currently have under Obamacare. So we want to do both, but we need to get after it because we told the voters we were going to repeal this thing. I always remind everyone, Elaine, remember, everything we were told about Obamacare turned out to be false. So let's repeal this thing as quickly as we possibly can, have a replacement bill ready to go at the same time, and pass that as quick as we possibly can, because I start from that premise. Healthcare gets better and costs less when Obamacare is gone. And never forget, they told us, you like your plan, you can keep it. You like your doctor, you can keep it. Premiums will decline. They'll decline $2,500. Website will work. Website secure. Deductibles will decline. They told us emergency room visits will also go down. They've actually went up. And they said all these co-ops are going to be wonderful. They created 23 of them, and 18 of them have already went bankrupt. So everything we were told about the law turned out to be false. Let's repeal it, have the replacement ready, pass it at the same time. Two separate bills, but let's do this as quickly as we possibly can. And that's why we're pushing for the repeal vote that everyone's already taken back in 2015. Let's do that, put that on President Trump's desk as quick as we can.
So given the urgency that you just spelled out, Congressman, should we expect this to take place by the end of the year?
Oh, let's hope a lot sooner than that. Let's hope we have this repeal done quickly, replacement passed quickly. Now, there will be an effective date when these things actually take place later on, because you do need some off-ramp time, some lead-up time, some runway time, whatever you want to call it. You can't just change it all overnight. But we should repeal it and say the effective date will happen within this Congress, not 3 or 4 years down the road. That's what we've been pushing for. That's what we want to see happen again as quickly as we can.
What's the general feeling among members of your caucus about the pace of the Republican agenda right now?
Too slow, right? I mean, think about the context we're in right now. We're hearing you got the Cassidy-Collins plan, which is basically if you like Obamacare, you get to keep it. We think that's the wrong approach. You've got people talking about not defunding Planned Parenthood, which was in the bill we passed in 2015. You got folks talking about keeping tax increases in place. You got talk about repairing it as if implying that there's something worth fixing in Obamacare. So that's the framework and context we find ourselves in. All the more reason why we should go back to the 2015 law that everyone's already voted for, that we were all in favor of, that we put on President Obama's desk and he vetoed. Let's go back to that and pass that. We think that is a great first step to getting this thing, to repealing Obamacare, and have the replacement ready to go as well.